Hey guys, welcome back. I know, Budweiser instead of Sapporo. Give me a break, they were sold out. All that free marketing I provide was seemingly too effective. It's time. It's full on investigation time. LMP is smelling mighty fishy, if you know what I mean. And I don't know, is this unintentionally turning out to be a yearly thing around the holidays? Last year around this time, we were dissecting the fake case. You guys know and love that one. And since then, I've been ragging on Liquid Marketplace for quite some time now. The whole year, pretty much, in many videos. And I'll link all of those down below in case you would like to check them out, see what was happening back then. We're going to cover most of that once again here in this video. But yeah. I also, for the record, found out recently that LMP refers to me as the Liquid Marketplace Boogeyman. And I gotta say, I like the nickname. It's appreciated. It's better than the nasty things that Jacob called me. This is getting more and more crazy as I look into it. And you're definitely going to want to stick around to the end of this video because I got some serious shells to drop. Wink! Just so everyone knows, we get a little disclaimer here. This is the boogeyman's opinion. It's not real. Definitely not real. You shouldn't take it as such. And I'm just going to go through what I see, what I think, and you guys do what you do and do the do. A little free ad there for Mountain Dew. So, in my opinion, the whole thing, Liquid Marketplace, is looking a whole lot like smoke and mirrors. It's tricky. It's all over the place. I've been digging it deeper, and our boy LMP Ryan has been. It seems like he's been editing his posts over the last week or so, deleting and or changing the information in the post itself on Instagram. And he must have caught wind of my digging because he has recently blocked me and privated his profile. So here on incognito mode, we can see here that you got to follow LMP Ryan here, Giant, as we like to call him in the Discord, because he shows some J-boy traits, and yeah, we got the hard block here. When you're blocking Rattle Pokemon. Probably a bad idea. Probably a bad sign. When you start editing stuff, it's getting real J-boy out here. We got a lot of J-boy traits that are showing up. We've seen this. We've seen this with the previous boys. We're seeing it now with Ryan. Is he scared? Is he worried? Surely if he didn't have anything to worry about, he wouldn't be blocking me like this, right? He wouldn't be concerned that I'd find anything there. He wouldn't be concerned that I already saved the images, right? He knows I already saved the images. Hopefully he's watched my videos before. As we've seen and been saying all along, Logan's involvement seems to vary, even in the posts themselves. Here we got on the screen, the captions here say that he's a co-founder. It says that it's his company up in the top here. Between co-founder, him claiming that it was his company, I think in this and maybe in some other media. And at other points, he's referred to as an advertising tool only, mostly by Ryan, and so on. It seems to be ever-changing, just the same way that Ryan is sometimes the CEO, or sometimes referred to as a co-founder, CEO, co-founder. I don't know. It changes from time to time. It always has. The titles are all over the place, which is certainly interesting. Just like their terms and conditions, which we've covered in the past, that are likely intentionally loosey-goosey for the sake of doing what they got to do, if you know what I'm saying. As most of you might recall, I had a phone call with Ryan that he tried to cancel on me. They definitely moved the goalpost multiple times before it actually happened. They agreed in my comment section of my video criticizing Liquid Marketplace that him and Avic would like to speak to me. Then the rules changed. I guess the conditions changed that call could no longer include Avic, who is pretty much the spokesperson at this point, at all points for Liquid Marketplace, who responds to everything on the Discord and on social media. So you would think that he would be a good person to have there with us. I guess not. So he had to reschedule or cancel at the last minute. Apparently Avic didn't have his schedule. The two of them had every opportunity. I let them choose the time, essentially. Again, the link to this video, the entirety of the conversation that they were so concerned about me doctoring, I guess, that they wanted to let on that I was going to doctor it. And that's why it had to be live, done live on the Discord, on the Rattle Pokemon Discord. If you haven't joined it, make sure you do. Make sure you're in there. And then I guess the most important point of that conversation was when Ryan threatened to hang up our call when I brought up the previous Logan incidents with the Dink Doink and Crypto Zoo stuff. So I don't know why he wouldn't want to talk about that. Maybe he was a little bit worried that his business was going to do something similar to those two. And I kind of had a feeling it would. And now I really have a feeling it did and would and did and is exactly like that, kind of. Question I still didn't really get the answer to was the fake first edition base case supposed to end up on Liquid Marketplace? Never got a solid answer on that, and it seems like it would almost be a good fit for that. At that point, when you turn it into tokens and maybe it just never sells, it's stored away in a vault somewhere. You wouldn't have to open it, right? You'd never have to find out that the contents aren't actually as valuable as the price. So I thought that was a little bit of a quinky dink. Maybe we gotta keep that in the back of our mind, whether or not anyone at any point had any intention of it ending up there. Gotta remember, guys, as I mentioned before, after the incident with the fake case, the fallout from that, the Pokéju was heavily associated with Liquid Marketplace, and it seemed like he was supposed to be on a board of sorts, and or some sort of role on there. I would imagine they would have had his picture on the website, but after that incident, he was no longer on the Liquid Marketplace team. It seems a lot of people are giving him a pass of sorts, which is also something that we need to take into consideration, that he didn't know, that he's claiming he didn't know that it was a fake case. And even though he fought me right up into the very end until it was opened on the fact that it was real, he believed it was real. I could show him top to bottom that it was fake in every single way imaginable, just like everyone else. No, he refused. He absolutely refused. But what do you guys think? Was he doing that because he didn't want to make it seem like he knew that it could be fake? I mean, either way, huge hit to the reputation of him, all the J-Boys, and the BBCE in general. Because whether they were shady or stupid, it had to be one or the other. All right, let's get into some red flags. Big one here, big old giveaway, red flaggerino. We have the fact that Liquid Marketplace's interactions on social media don't reflect the size they claim to be. They claim to be a platform that can sell out these high-ticket items, but at the same time, all their other social media doesn't matter, because it's not about other social media. They have other social media. They post on it all the time, but to me, you guys let me know though. A platform that's selling out these high-ticket items and has 100,000 users, surely some of that is going to translate into likes, comments on Instagram, stuff like that, especially when they do giveaways and such. You would think that people would be hurting the living crap out of all of this, but they're not. We got single-digit comments on their Instagram posts, and even struggling to get likes here. So we just take a look at something like this. It shows 3 likes. It's bugged, but yeah, we got a handful, and not to mention that the 2 of the ones that we see there immediately, and I'm sure some of the others are actually people that are associated. It's Liquid Marketplace liking their own shit, and then Amin, who's one of the co-founders or whatever. Guys? I'm pretty sure, me personally, a little Rattle Pokemon over here, I could post a picture of absolutely anything in existence. I'm not even sure what would be worse, what would get worse results than this, and this is what looks like high effort content on their part. How do you do that? Doesn't make sense. Then, okay, we're just going to say, Rattle, maybe Instagram is not their space. Maybe Discord is, because they focus on that quite a bit. No, I'm here to tell you that's not the case. They only had something like 8 people in their monthly Q&A on Discord. They struggled to hit double digits on there. How? I do a weekly happy hour. I don't have a 100,000 user platform that have financial interest, people with financial interest in it, and they show up every week. You can't get people to show up once a month to ask you questions about a platform that is seemingly, people should have a lot of questions if they have money in there. They should have many, many questions. So, not only that, just their Discord in general, they only have a handful of people dedicated enough to be on there. When you have people that are crypto dog 69s, and they know how to use technology, at least to a certain extent, I would think. If they can use your platform, your janky platform, surely they can join a Discord. I've convinced many people to join a Discord. I'm sure that you guys can too. I didn't even give anyone anything, and they joined my Discord. So, lack of people in there in general. Apparently they haven't yet, but they were going to shut down the Discord because it was too negative. So the only people that are dedicated enough to use the platform and that want to participate actively in the community of their platform, they're too negative. Their outlook is too negative. I find that really hard to believe. Don't forget, guys, they did that nice little giveaway raffle where all you had to do was leave a Google review. They had an astounding 18 people sign up for that. So even when they're giving away free slabs signed by Logan Paul, they have 18 people that signed up. How in the world is anyone on this planet supposed to believe that they're selling out high-ticket items when they can't even give stuff away? They can't even give stuff away. It makes no sense. As we've seen with the recent Coffeezilla examples, there is definitely some desperation shown by people who own tokens, and they expect, or they're hoping for Logan to do another box break or advertising of some kind. But it doesn't happen. It's weird. It's not going to happen. People think that it's going to happen because there's that initial rush, that initial excitement, that initial urge to sell, to have people buy into something, and then it's just all gone. Yes, yeah, I know what you're saying. It looks a whole lot like the people in CryptoZoo waiting for that same sort of bump in advertising or for some sort of launch. Here, I guess we have a semi-functional platform rather than CryptoZoo, which is not functional at all and probably never will be. You guys might remember there were claims made by Liquid Marketplace that they were purchasing a consignment company. Well, that consignment company, if they did purchase it, if they did legally acquire it, which I haven't seen anything on at this point in time, it turned out to be Slab Sharks, which is a 1,000 feedback eBay seller. I guess now they have a little bit more than that. They got 1370. They got a neutral. We'll have to take a look at that. And yeah, this was just Karn's consignment company eBay account. And yes, the same card from Liquid Marketplace. So this was interesting because Liquid also made posts about being at an event. It seems like they were going to events, but are no longer choosing to go to events. And they posted that they were at an event, but they weren't. It was Slab Sharks, still branded under Slab Sharks, and not Liquid Marketplace themselves. So as far as I know, they weren't there to promote anything Liquid Marketplace related, which is weird because they rebranded the eBay as Liquid Marketplace, not Slab Sharks. So there's a little bit of a conflicting advertising there, not to mention the fact that I think they were, once again, in my opinion, overstating the size. We'll have the size of the business itself, and trying to flash some stuff that wasn't necessarily flashable. This is a classic. You guys remember when Ryan and Liquid Marketplace attempted a traditional Pokemon box break, which couldn't even sell 36 packs at a reasonable price with some sort of side incentive of grading? Well, yeah, this one. this is the same company that's going to sell these large ticket items, but they can't sell individual packs in a box break. The same thing that people are doing constantly on YouTube and Twitter with much smaller audiences, smaller, a lot of quotations there. So guys, again, how do you not sell out a box break of this sort, but people are supposed to believe at the same time that you can sell these large ticket, high ticket items? You can sell tokens on them for the entire amount. Is anything adding up here? And yes, through Ryan's own Instagram posts that are no longer public, but it's okay because, you know, guys, if you see anything a little suspicious, you got to save it. It's the way to go. It's definitely the way to go, because it turns out fishy wishies like to hide and delete and edit things. You see here, this is the edited version. Don't worry, it's all been recorded previously prior to the edit. I guess he doesn't want people to know where the box came from. Maybe he should choose items that are a little bit harder to identify, stuff without cert numbers, stuff without WotC wrap that is never going to look identical on two boxes. Those sort of things, like the sort of things that Rattle Pokemon can take a look at and identify where it went. Like if it tried to be a box break and failed miserably, and maybe just don't flex your baller items in the beginning if you're going to sell them later on. So, as I mentioned, there was an Instagram post, and this one in particular, and by asking him, I guess, in the interview of sorts that we did, it turned out, yes, it was his box from his personal collection. Why, you might ask? Why was he selling his own box in a way that was opposite to the goal or the purpose of their platform? And why is he claiming that a few $1,000s would be good money to go into the business? I think he mentioned something about wages at that point in time, which is pretty interesting. It's weird to see that when somebody's a CEO of a company, they're selling their personal collection in order to fund their business. That doesn't seem very G-baller. Seems like a pretty good time to remind you guys of the changing rules that seemingly are always at the discretion of Liquid Marketplace, and always are spun in a way that it's supposed to be for the greater good, even if they go against their own terms at times, such as a fine example that was twisty-wisted is the percentage of tokens that can be kept by the original item owners. These original item owners all happen to be people who are directly affiliated with Liquid. Little bit of a conflict there. All right, now Avic, the Liquid Marketplace employee and official or unofficial spokesperson, I guess, depending on the day and what's going on, has mentioned that they hold back tokens, which is extremely concerning for many reasons. None of which was previously public information in terms of them doing it whatsoever, let alone in what quantities, which has still not been disclosed at any point in time. But maybe this plays a role and explains how the items actually manage to sell out. If the items aren't actually selling out, they hold back tokens. They could just be selling a portion of these items, any portion of these items, and the rest go to the original item owner and or these held back tokens. Little reminder, all the people listed as Liquid Marketplace founders, employees, etc. are allowed to participate on the platform. I asked Ryan about that and how it provides them an unfair advantage. He argued that it did not. There was no advantage to them participating on the platform since they are so transparent with all the information that they provide, their leaderboards and such. But it turns out, at least from what I'm seeing, there is a ton of information that isn't provided to the average user, the person that's putting money into this. And on that note, it only came up recently that people on the leaderboards are able to hide their profile, which is extra cool. So the people internally can see and know about that information. You, Joe Schmo, who entered your credit card details into the Liquid Marketplace cash-in program, you don't get access to that. Tough luck. While we're here on this page, it's probably good to note that all of a sudden there was missing staff from the website without any sort of explanation. We had Money Karomi here, Chief Legal Officer, no longer anywhere to be found. Alina Guidu, Director of Operations, and Brian Daly, Head of Business Development and Investor Relations. So there was also other staff that was removed that were not featured on the website itself here. And apparently the claim is that they overhired. I've been hearing that it was more along the lines of that the finances were not available to retain these employees, but it's a little bit concerning, because even the staff that are listed on the website at this point in time, there's definitely some that are seemingly not there anymore. Katarina, the ex-girlfriend of Ryan, she gone. Mr. Lowenstein there, not on his LinkedIn anymore. Was beforehand, not anymore. So it seems like there's at least a couple more here that are being presented as members of the team that are not to mention the other staff that are not on there. So you guys let me know what you think there. I'm thinking it's probably finance reasons. You can't have staff if you can't pay them. I covered this in a recent video, but the Logan advertising on the website was removed, but it seemingly was put back up after my video which mentioned it. Around that same time, Logan removed Liquid from his Instagram bio. I thought, hey, maybe he's trying to distance, maybe something hit the fan here. Maybe it was doo-doo daddy, and maybe he was trying to distance himself from it, but I don't know. I don't know exactly. Ryan likes to claim this was a cutback in advertising until the platform was able to grow, which seems a little bit like the opposite of what you would want to do. You probably want more advertising to grow, but I don't know. I do not own a fractional share company, crypto share token dogger platform. So I might not be the best person to advise on that. So through this, it almost sounds like they are paying to have it on there, which is a little bit weird, since if it's Logan's company, if Logan is a co-founder, isn't it in his best interest to have that advertising on there for the platform to grow itself and not be too concerned about whether or not you can get advertising dollars, or at least maximum advertising dollars for being on there? Does it make sense to you? Because it definitely does not make sense to me, and there's a missing piece there. All right. People are often complaining about how difficult it was to get their money out, if they managed to at all. I'm under the belief, again, my opinion, that this might be a result of them stalling, whether it means that they don't have the money right away for those payouts, so they make it more complicated than it has to be. Maybe it's some sort of tactic in order to have less people just, actually withdrawing, because it's such a pain in the ass that they just give up on it. Payouts, from what I've seen, are often delayed, even information on payouts without an estimate on availability, this is absolutely wild to me. They're selling through auction platforms and should easily be able to provide estimates on when people can have their money. It makes no sense. Whether it's Golden, whether it's eBay, etc. So the constant defense is that the platform is in beta, and that they're still working through details for withdrawals, which doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. That should have always been part of the platform from the start. If you can easily accept money, surely you can easily pay it out. This always sort of baffled me, just why LMP was based on tokens / crypto in general, but seemingly for no good reason. from what I understand, it doesn't happen when token exchanges are made on platform. Nothing on the blockchain related is happening, since that would incur gas fees, etc., additional fees. So not only do you have transaction fees, then you would have crypto related fees, which is pretty wild. And then not to mention the fact that it doesn't sound like at any point in time, and certainly not at this time, people can't even withdraw in crypto. So is it really crypto related? Does it need to be? And then everyone gets slapped with conversion fees because they operate in Canadian dollars and don't have different methods to do so. So you automatically get those fees as well. Congratulations. And I'm just wondering, is the crypto aspect just to get more buzz around this? Is it just to make things seem more legitimate? Maybe not in 2022. Is there some reason behind it which is a little nefarious? I think there might be. All right, so never got the answer to this exactly, but for some reason we have Liquid Marketplace operating out of both Toronto and Florida. For some reason, if anyone knows what this reason is, why that might be, please reach out, because I don't know. Just remember, guys, if you have any complaints or concerns, you will I'll save you some time here. You're most likely going to get some excuses, which will mostly have to do with the fact that the market is to blame, and that they are in beta. It has nothing to do with your actual question. That has nothing to do with the market conditions. Your concerns just are summed up by the fact that you're negative. You're in the Discord. You're concerned about your money that you put into the platform. But it's okay. It's just, get out of here. Get out of here, pleb. It's just the market. Ryan will tell you it's just the market. Don't worry about the market conditions. It's not their fault. They aren't boning you. The market is. Even though you're asking about something completely different. Remember Jacob from the fake case? You guys remember how he didn't actually have the money or wealth that he was letting on he had? I think we have a similar scenario here with Ryan. You must think. One must think. Surely this guy has a lot of money, right? If he's spending big bucks on a trophy girlfriend who's on payroll, designer clothes, bags, only the most expensive restaurants, and vacations. I know where you're thinking. I know. I thought that too at one point in time. This doesn't sound like someone who would have to sell their personal collection items. That Neo booster box that was supposed to be used for a break to fund the business. You know what? Well, while we're here, what's that over there? Is that a legendary collection reverse foil Charizard? It sure is. Let's take a look at what happened to that card. It appears, yes, it was sold by Slab Sharks. So God bless certain numbers, and it's not looking great. It doesn't seem like something that someone with a lot of money would have to do. Since Ryan said he had some developer experience, I'm sure we can dig that up, right? Guys, it sure doesn't look like Ryan had this G-Baller 69 budget prior to Liquid Marketplace. And this is going to surprise everyone, but it turns out he paved driveways. His Baja Industries Inc., as he mentions down here, as the founder, project manager, they have a very pitiful Instagram page. And you know what? Even the website is non-functional. So did he give this up? Did he call it quits? You would think that he would at least clear things up there with the trail that was left behind in the wake. But it looks like it's his Baja Industries paving thing, business, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it's just piggybacking on the family driveway paving business, 401 Paving, run by his father. So, yeah, it looks like Baja happens to be registered to a very What's the opposite of wealthy? Residential address. And I'm sure there is decent money in paving driveways, but definitely not the kind of money that he's been spending. Wasn't Ryan telling people in interviews that he had his own development company? According to reviews online that mention him specifically, amongst many posts that mention his dad, many reviews, that would mean there's at most a 10-month window for his founder days. Is that what he called them? Between paving driveways and the startup of Liquid Marketplace. Pretty interesting. You can see here his dad, who has been paving driveways for many years, he seems like he does some honest work. He's got some good reviews here. Sam at 401 Paving is a Renaissance man. This person even says, Lee, thanks for your review. But if we scroll down here, we got, here's one for Ryan. Seems like Ryan was on the job that day. He was working for Daddy. The review says, Ryan was such a pleasure to work with. The company identified our needs, provided us with a quote, and executed everything within a week time. Upon completion, everything was checked thoroughly, and we had no requests. A job well done. Highly recommended to other business owners. So if anyone is looking to get their driveway done, if you got a little parking lot, you got some potholes to fill, I think Liquid Marketplace might be a great option for you. It certainly seems better than their reviews that they have for their marketplace. All right, to finish things off here, it's time to get into that juice that I promised you guys. And I will provide another disclaimer. I am not a King Crypto Guru collectibles baller, but here's what I'm seeing from this information. Take it as you will. Let's take a look at all the assets that were minted by Liquid Marketplace. We can go through here and it actually shows each individual item. We got the 99 originals, very cool. We got the Ether Deed for Ether Side, a couple of those bad boys. We got the Leclerc. We got some more Leclerc. We got an Ovechkin. We got the Herbert. So we're going to look through here. I'm going to cover every one of these just in case anything changes at any single point, in case you guys want to pause the video and take a look at any of these. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a little bit of an oopsie doopsie inconsistency here. This should be everything. Everything should be included on this list until they sell, in which case they should be burned in terms of G-Baller token terms for all you crypto heads. So everything active should still be in this list, right? The PSA Illustrator was and is no longer on there since it was sold. The Leclerc is still there and shouldn't be, which is a little bit alarming. So not only is there stuff missing that should be on there, there's stuff that shouldn't be on there anymore that's still on there. So what does this tell us? It tells us that things are seemingly not happening on the back end where they should be, which is extremely concerning for anyone involved. And most interesting of all, turns out the PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator was never recorded.
I can tell you are in the Rattle Pokemon Discord because you are backing, booster backing